Please hang up and try again.
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios.
Driven by General Tire.
It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, they teed it up for us this afternoon at Martinsville to be a fantastic finish with your NASCAR Cup Series, that last race before the championship in Phoenix. But I'll be damned, the Xfinity Series last night at Martinsville didn't surpass with excitement and gnarliness. We'll spend more time probably talking about the Xfinity Series race last night at Martinsville than we will with the NASCAR Cup race. Ryan Blaney with the win, and he's in, and the field is set for Phoenix. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We're there for you on Facebook, the website, speedfreaks.tv. Over 23 years ago, we started on one radio station. Now we're on 90-plus radio stations. We had no idea what apps were back in the day, what audio apps were. Things like Odyssey, TuneIn, SoundCloud. But damn it, we're on every one of those as well. 90-plus stations, Sirius XM, and, of course, on MAV TV. Coming up, we're going to hear from your winner. Ryan Blaney will be here in the Freak Nation. Angie Smith, a gnarly accident. There's two gnarlies in the top minute of the show. A gnarly accident at Worldwide Technology Raceway. She was back on the bike crasher in Las Vegas. She's going to be joining us.
Oh, you want me to continue with that? Yes, absolutely. She was walking around in a boot come Thursday, I believe, and it was Friday. She got on the bike and made a qualifying run. Yep. And she needed to do that to maintain her top 10 in the points, her point standing. So, yeah, I mean, the doctors cleared her to do it. Everything was above board. Good for her for being able to get out there. And, well, I'll ask her if she had any fears about getting back on the bike after such a crazy crash.
Ryan Blaney coming up. Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, part of some controversy in the Xfinity Series race Saturday night. Also coming up, Chris Dyson. Statman, Chris Dyson isn't on a whole lot of people's radar, unfortunately, regarded as one of the greatest sports car drivers. Okay, I'll put it out there. That's what I say. You can catch the Trans Am Series on MAV TV, but again, captures his third Trans Am championship. Statman, Chris Dyson's going to be joining us coming up here in the next 2 hours.
Third straight championship, which is important. And a lot of that has to do with him not wanting to race anything else. He and I have had long conversations through the years about why he decided to race in Trans Am instead of going to IMSA or one of the other series. He's happy where he is, and he's winning championships. What more could you ask for?
And, of course, it wouldn't be a show without something going on. Remember, we're very close to Halloween. Wasn't the full moon last night? The damn moon is still pretty freaking full.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen in the next couple hours here in the Freak Nation? Just make sure you're sticking around to be a part of this big old thing. You can chime in on our comments page. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live, MAV TV, again, thank you guys for being a part of what we're doing here.
How come we are 2 days before Halloween and the residential Speed Freaks Black Cat, Omar, is not up on any of our desks? Because like you said, something crazy will happen tonight. Yeah. It always does. Typically, that involves the house cat, and he's not even here.
I'm sure we can make that work. You know,
it's going to happen with the decor.
Again, Freak Nation.
Yeah, he never does what he's supposed to.
Oh, here we go, Stat.
Gosh, that's what cats do.
Wow.
You know, are dogs a part of Halloween? Yeah, I didn't think so. Maybe skeleton dogs.
At least if you wanted a dog to be here, a dog would be here lapping up everything, getting in the way, and wagging his tail. A cat, when you want him, somewhere else.
All right, Ryan Blaney with the big win at Martinsville. He had to win the damn thing to get in, and frankly, I think NBC, the commentators did a hell of a job keeping me interested because I watched the majority of that race, hoping for something with the last 20, 30 laps left. Didn't happen, frankly. There was a lot of nonsense going on with Denny Hamlin's got to do this, he's got to do that. fuel mileage issues. It didn't happen. It just didn't freaking happen. I guess you can't top Ross Chastain and what he did last year to get into the championship race at Phoenix. You can't. I don't think it will ever be done. The championship
it can't be done again now due to rules. But you weren't expecting something like that.
No, I just wanted some type of drama. When I saw what happened again, you got to stick around for this. Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, teammates for one more race with Richard Childress Racing. They went after each other, not only on the track. You know what? I'm going to play this video. Look at
brakes for something, but then Hill just run to the back end of Creed's car. A massive pop ensues. Justin Allgaier from third to first edges out Sheldon Creed to win the race. I
don't know who the guy's voice is on that damn video, but my goodness, you saw the video. Richie, put some Halloween music underneath that, will you? My point is this: Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, teammates with Richard Childress Racing, went after each other. And then Richard Childress chimes in. We'll get to that coming up. But again, Ryan Blaney with your win. Was it luck, Ryan Blaney, getting into this win? And then, of course, making it to Phoenix after Martinsville?
I don't think anything's been lucky about it. The last 3 weeks, we've been running amazing. We've run up towards the front in Vegas, led laps at Homestead, had a good shot to win, and we won today. I don't think there's any luck that it goes into this. There may be lucky moments, but I don't think a horseshoe is really true at all. We've worked really hard to get to the point that we need to with speed, and our group's executed very good races, and they deserve to be here. So, luck, you can interpret luck how you want, but the performance side, you still have to bring fast race cars. Race cars capable enough to win, and we've done that.
Luck. That was a race where he had a very good car. I guess I'm just confused as to why luck would even come into play there, because he earned it. And he didn't earn it by lucking into it. He earned it by driving the crap off that car. And I'm just a little confused by the question.
Crash, you sat in the news media center when the news media people start asking questions at the end of a race. And they ask him about luck and horseshoes and Jimmy Johnson.
Why isn't Jimmy Johnson on the track?
Because Jimmy Johnson has apparently a lucky horseshoe. But when he did that, Ryan Blaney almost put the mic down and walked out. But, with some discipline, he stayed there and answered some more crazy questions.
Okay, well then let me be that guy then.
But you're not that guy.
No, let me be that guy. Was Ross Chastain lucky to pull that move last year to get in the chase or to get in the championship? Was that luck? That skill? The hell was that? Balls?
No, that was taking a chance. That was balls. He was lucky that it worked. Okay, but that has nothing to do with what Ryan Blaney did today. Nothing.
But you can be lucky, right?
You can be lucky at certain times, yes. You play your fuel mileage right and you win and others don't because they run out of gas. That's luck. I mean, it's good calculations by your crew chief, but it's also a little bit of luck. But what Ryan Blaney did today was not luck.
Ryan Blaney on the pressure to win, not just in the chase, but of course to make it to Phoenix in the championship.
I feel like if someone tells you, I don't feel pressure, they're lying to you, because this is your season. I mean, this is what you race for. There's a lot of men and women counting on your performance at the racetrack, that work in the shops, that are on the team. So there is a lot of pressure. I think it's how you handle that pressure is important, right? Okay, how do you approach it? How do you accept it and go to work and not let it get to you? I think our group's done that very well. Of no matter what our situation, you've just done your job and done it to the best of your ability. And this group's job, when it's done to the best of their ability, can be winners and champions.
I can identify with some anxieties that drivers go through when you seek for sponsorship for partnership with radio, TV shows, appearances, things of that nature. There's a heavy weight on that person to secure sponsorship to pay other people. And it's not necessarily, let me backtrack. Now the impetus is on a lot of drivers to help maintain that sponsorship, if not bring in the sponsorship to these cup teams, to the NHRA, to Supercross. I don't care what it is. So it's not just about driving that freaking race car. It's about securing those sponsorship dollars. And again, we know Roger Penske's freaking stronghold on sponsorships. My God, just look at his fire suit.
I was going to say, I don't think Ryan Blaney needs to worry about getting sponsorships, but because of all those decals, logos on his fire suit, he needs to worry about keeping them happy. And that's a lot of companies to keep happy. So, yes.
Ryan Blaney on the fans as he won today at Martinsville.
Oh, I've been super fortunate. I've always had really good fans.
But it's picking up. Is it?
Yeah, that's good. I don't get cussed at very often by fans, so that's good. And don't get shot the bird very often. So that one guy did earlier this year, but I gave it right back to him. But no, I've been really lucky. I don't know why. People ask me all the time, how do you get fans, or how do you, if you were running for whatever, how do you get people to vote for you? I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of am who I am. And if you like it, that's fantastic. If you don't, whatever. I don't really care.
Well, that's Ryan Blaney, a guy with a freaking stud beard. I don't know how freaking men wear beards like that, especially in a full face helmet in a race car for 3.5, 4 hours. I have no idea how young men do that. And look at this. Speaking of young men, we'll talk about this coming up next. Not just about the youth that, again, is in the championship, but the fact that those old stalwarts, Denny Hamlin, he ain't in it. There.
There's unlucky.
Hey.
That's what they were saying.
Okay.
Let's go back a little bit to that sponsor.
We got a break, Statman. Then we will get back to that sponsorship.
All right.
A NASCAR team owner ain't real happy with his 2 drivers, or at least one of them. We'll get to that next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas Fuel Treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system. Pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAV TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAV TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This segment brought to you by our good friends at Lucas Oil, a great website to check out to find the products to keep all of your rides inside your garage, outside, wherever you're driving, man, to make them fat and happy. Go to lucasoil.com. Inside your engine, outside your engine. You seen gas prices lately? They got them. They're products to help get more mileage with your fuel. Go to lucasoil.com. It's lucasoil.com. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Ryan Blaney, as you know, he's moving on to the Final Four coming up in Phoenix. And Richie, I don't know if it was a tweet or what it was, but there was a comment about Richard Childress. A comment from Richard Childress about his two Xfinity Series drivers.
That's right. Yeah, he talked to NBC Sports after the Sheldon Creed and incident last night.
So that's where the quote came from.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And he spoke to NBC Sports. No video, unfortunately. This was just to their pool reporter.
Don't drop that yet. Don't drop it yet. I just want to make sure that we have that somewhere. Okay?
Yes.
So as we said at the top of the show, me and I'm sure many others were hoping for just another fantastic finish for the Martinsville race this afternoon. Didn't happen. However, I stuck around, wanting to see something. Didn't happen. But last night's race with the Xfinity Series between teammates Austin Hill and
Sheldon Creed.
If my math is correct here, if Sheldon Creed, let me back up a second. Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill teammates were battling because they know if they win, they're in. They had to battle to, again, find these certain places to where they would win, get into the Final Four in Phoenix.
Sheldon was already out of it. Sheldon was not going to advance.
Are you sure?
No. Here's the scenario.
If he won, he would get in, Crasher.
Correct.
I didn't think he was in the top 8.
Sheldon Creed was in the final 8. He needed to win to advance. However, the scenario that was at play yesterday, and I think that shocked everybody, was the following. If Sheldon Creed would have won and Austin Hill finished second, Austin Hill would have gotten in on points. But because he spun out and he finished a few spots back, both are out of the playoffs.
So do you see what my point is? Sheldon wins. Austin gets the second spot.
They're both
in.
On.
They are both in. And this video does not do it justice because it, again, went longer than a freaking 11 seconds.
But if the breaks for something, but then Hill
long damn one again. What the hell's going on here?
That Rando dude is getting a lot of love tonight.
Oh, my gosh. Richie, damn.
Dude.
Oh, my gosh. I don't want his freaking audio,
I
man.
actually kind of like it. Playing with the dude's audio. I think he's great.
Oh, my gosh.
Rando, what you got?
All right, here breaks for something, but then Hill just run to the back end of Creed's car. A massive pop ensues.
Goodness, we have NBC calling the race, right?
The breaks for something, but then Hill just run to the back end of Creed's car. A massive pop ensues. Justin Allgaier from third to first edges out Sheldon Creed to win the race.
Imagine that dude calling the race.
Justin Allgaier, who did end up winning the race that you just saw right there. You saw them come across the stripe. Justin won by 0.032 seconds, something like that. And he had a must-win situation as well. So all those guys at the end are pretty much must-win situations. One of them had his dream come true.
Statman, imagine being one of those drivers and having to go talk to the school principal the next morning about that race.
Oh, that or the talking to the rando dude. I mean, that would be even nicer. Yeah, a rando dude that played in the NBA for a while.
Right. Statman digging the rabbit hole as we go. But we were talking about sponsorship in the last segment, and Richard Childress being the team owner of the Xfinity Series cars that those two dudes are driving, had some strong words.
Well, we could
for Sheldon Creed
back up the narrative just a little bit, because also, was it this week or was it last week? Sheldon Creed announced that he was leaving RCR at the end of this year. And then it was eked out that, Joe Gibbs Racing is where he's going. And I think that took RCR by a little bit of shock.
Yeah. Here's Austin Hill post race talking about Sheldon Creed. Thanks to our friends at front.
I mean, I know Sheldon has to win to get in, but I mean, at least give me a chance. Didn't feel like I was given a chance. And then when he got like shoved up the racetrack or whatever happened, I haven't seen the replay getting into 3, but whenever he went up the racetrack, he just parked it in the center of the corner and blew the radiator out of it. So I had no power coming off 4, and that's why I wrecked. So I cannot wait for him to get out of RCR. Can't wait to have Jesse Love as a teammate. Maybe he'll work better with me. Just cannot wait for him to get over to Joe Gibbs Racing. I don't have to put up with it a bit more.
There you go.
Whoa, that was unnecessary. I mean, they've been pretty decent to each other throughout the year. Wow.
Well, wait a minute. Let me throw another scenario in there. Between the spotter and the crew chief, don't you think somebody should have told Creed the last 5 laps, this is the way it should go down, and let's try to make it happen that way? That took, 5 seconds? I mean, somebody was to blame besides Sheldon Creed.
Statman, you nailed it there beyond nailing anything else. It's that wow, the team let these two guys down. You are exactly right. I mean, that's the whole point of having crew chiefs and having other guys on the team calculating points and calculating fuel as they're sitting up on the pit stand. Do your job and communicate to the drivers what's going on. You are so right. The drivers are heated no matter what behind the wheel.
Yeah, all the drivers see is the red mist. They don't, that's all I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, this is not, don't screw things up here. We got a bigger plan.
That's, again, Statman stealing my thunder. That's exactly where I was going to go. It's so on point that's why those crew chiefs are in their ears.
Yep.
If you're listening to the tail end of today's Cup race, you heard the drivers talking to the crew chiefs. Tell me where I am, where so-and-so is. What do I need to do? How many places? You're communicating. I don't understand how you can communicate on a Martinsville track with somebody in your ear, punching a button, make sure you're hitting the line, and maintaining a top 3. I don't know how they do it. But yes, communicate with your freaking crew chief. Or crew chief freaking communicate with your driver. I'll be curious, because I think with Statman making that point, I'll be curious if Austin and Sheldon, I'm not curious, but I'll be curious if they are going to have a little conversation, if they haven't already, going, you know what? Our bad? No, it's not. It's our crew chief's bad. Why weren't they communicating with us?
Well, also, the spotters should have been in on it as well. And the spotters should have said, hey, guys, be easy to each other, because if you go 1-2, you're both into the championship. Stop, lay off each other. So, yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around. It's not just the drivers. Austin's comments, though, right there. I mean, he can be a bit of a hothead anyway, but his comments there, I can't wait till Sheldon leaves. Is someone a little butthurt that they don't get as much fan mail at RCR as Sheldon does?
And isn't it true that he dropped the bomb there that Joe Gibbs is going to be the new home for Creed, Suave?
That's as far as we know. Yeah, we had no idea where Sheldon Creed was going until allegedly he dropped that in the post race comments there. That allegedly Sheldon Creed going to Joe Gibbs. So we had no idea where he was going. Earlier in the week, it was announced that Jesse Love was going to be taking over at RCR in the Xfinity Series next year.
And
that's
that's another thing that is important here, is that Austin Hill automatically drops the bomb that Jesse Love is going to be deferential to me. I can't wait till he gets here so that he could support me and I could win races.
It's like Formula One drama going on.
Yeah, I think Jesse Love might have support you, dude. What about you supporting me? I won a record number of ARCA races this year. Support me.
I can tell you that Jesse Love, that ride ain't free. There's money coming with Jesse Love Jr. Into that ride. Richard Childress Racing, Richard Childress, what did he have to say after the race, Richard?
Quote to NBC Sports, I've had drivers drive for me, but nobody as stupid as Sheldon Creed as he walked out of the Martinsville Speedway after Saturday night. You don't do that as a team player. What else do you want me to tell you?
Oh, my watch.
Nobody is stupid as Sheldon Creed.
Ouch.
Richard. Oh, come on.
Come on, Rich.
That's also just a bit out there.
Again, we act so high and mighty from time to time when we're like,
this isn't high and mighty.
Hold on, I'm not finished, Crasher. We got to go to break in a minute. But my point is, you just were in a race car for 3.5 4 hours and you got mics jammed in your face. What would you be saying, Crasher?
Oh, you know me. I'd have my temper on full tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be saying something whack. Yeah.
Statman would have that freaking patented forehead rub going.
It's true. He does do this when
There'd be T-shirts with Statman with his hand on his forehead going, "Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me." Freak Nation, you got your Statman Scat, where he's going to be awarding some clowns to a certain series. We'll get to that. Crash Gladys Pit News and Notes. And we'll also hear from Robert Hight, NHRA Funny Car winner. He'll be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Big show, man. Chris Dyson, next hour, 3-time Trans Am champion, and Angie Smith back on a bike after a crazy accident at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Speed Freaks on a Sunday night, Lucas Oil Studios, MAV TV, the Freak Radio Network.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to
Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAP TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAP TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAP TV, Motorsports Network.
Something new this week. I've been following F1 for most of my life. It's a long time, but I'm starting to think of the industry as a clown show. A clown show. Let's forget the pure farce in 2021 in Abu Dhabi, where they stole an 8th championship from Lewis Hamilton. 2 weeks ago, F1's former czar, Bernie Ecclestone, pleaded guilty to bank fraud while he was running the series in 2015. For that, he was sentenced to 17 months, but that was suspended, largely because of his age. Ecclestone is 92, and Ecclestone had to return nearly $800 million as part of the plea deal. Then this week, a story appears suggesting Formula One is lobbying General Motors to see if it would back any other team in the F1 paddock. GM has cast this lot with Michael Andretti so far, but connecting some dots, GM and Cadillac won an IMSA championship this year with an engine that logically could be a prototype for the technology used in F1. So if you believe the story, not only are F1 teams rejecting Michael Andretti as an 11th team in the paddock, they're trying to backdoor a financial partner away from him. That's a clown show. In fact, I'm giving it 2 out of 4 clowns for the scammy way F1 appears to be doing business these days. A clown show. Peace.
The clammy show that is Formula One. Statman with 2 out of 4 clowns for Formula One.
That was nice, actually.
You think they deserve 3 or 4?
Yes, I would definitely go on the further into the 3 range because of the backhanded treatment that the Andretti family is getting. Yeah,
this is so strange, Statman, watching this develop.
You've got scams, scammiest, and scamapalooza. So they are just a scammy. They're not completely a scamapalooza in F1, but they're on the road there, the way they've been doing business, especially if they tell Andretti, we don't want you, but we want your sponsor. Let's go see if we can get your money out of your pocket and use that with one of the other. I think they mentioned 4 teams in this story, one including McLaren, which is a Chevrolet team, and IndyCar. So, yeah, I mean, it's a shady deal.
How much of this is Liberty Media, who owns Formula One, Stat? Because I don't regret saying this, but I just wouldn't think Liberty Media would be as scammy as this to go against the name Andretti.
I don't think Liberty Media cares. There's a bigger issue here. Liberty Media bought in as an investment. They didn't buy it to see cars race. They bought in to make money. And I keep hearing from people that the point that they want to make is that there's 10 teams and they want each one of those teams to have a face value of $1 billion. And right now they have a bigger average on value, but there's 3 or 4 teams that don't meet the $1 billion limit. So they're trying to get each team to have a larger thing. And if Andretti comes in and doesn't have that $1 billion support, then that's going to take it down again. They got to work harder to get their money back.
Yeah, it's all greed, Kenny. It's all greed. The FIA has said go for it, but it's Formula One. It's only Formula One, which means a little bit of Liberty Media potentially, just not allowing it to happen yet.
Richie, go to a 4 shot on this and don't go to single on me because I don't want to hog the screen or the mic too long on this because I'm making these connections. And you can call me typical or atypical. You can call me anything you want, like a lot of people do. But I know to some people it's sacrilege that I don't watch Formula One races. I don't watch all of a NASCAR race. I don't watch all of a Supercross race. We pride ourselves of being a generalist type motorsports show. We cover everything. Now, if we were covering NASCAR only, it'd be a different story. But we cover everything. And you know what? We got lives. We got jobs. We have family. We got things that we like to do. So when I'm watching a sport, most of the time it matters. There are 17 games in the National Football League. Every one of those games matter. I watch the NFL. I didn't start watching Major League Baseball until the Rangers and Seattle were playing the last, 3 games, and the Rangers had to freaking win to get in, or somebody had. That's when I started watching Major League Baseball.
The end of September.
The end of September. I'm a Rangers snorkeler. I guess.
Hold on, show your hat.
You can see the hat.
Richie, show your hat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a house divided here, just FYI.
But Stat has said this for 20 years. When it matters is when people lock in. These cup races, when it matters, people lock in and watch this G-damn race. 6 races left in Formula One. Why are you watching this? I don't want to hear about the technological advances in Formula One and these cars, the pomp and circumstance. Bull. It's garbage. Formula One sucks hind boob. You kidding me? I saw Statman watching the Mexico race today. That's as much Formula One as I've seen over the last 3 or 4 weeks, watching over Statman's shoulder before we taped a freaking interview. I don't care about Formula One. There's nothing there that's engaging. Am I going to stay up at 11 o'clock on a Saturday freaking night just so I could see Formula One rolling down Las Vegas Strip? No. I'm going to go watch some highlights, watch it on Twitter, and I'm going to be done with it. We'll talk about it and talk about what a BS race it was. And there you go. There's Formula One. Rangers games mean something to me. Cowboys games mean something to me. The NBA, the only reason I know that the Mavericks won last night because Doncic hit a crazy shot against the 0-2 Nets. I'm not going to watch the National Basketball Association till freaking 1st of May. I'm not. I just don't have the bandwidth to watch crappy sports when it doesn't freaking matter. Supercross races, every race matters because there's Crasher 16, 17.
16
yeah. There aren't 182 freaking races.
So can I assume, Kenny, that you're not going to spend $5,000 to walk around Las Vegas and watch the races at six people from the track over their shoulder and around their shoulders?
I'll tell you where I stand on this stat, man. I spent $1,600 for 2 tickets to take my 9-year-old daughter, who's a Diamondbacks fan, with her old man, who's a Rangers fan, to sit behind the dugout of the Texas Rangers. That's
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. That's a once-in-a-lifetime chance that her and I will remember for the rest of our lives. If I took her ass to freaking Formula One in Vegas, when do we need a break? To Las Vegas, she doesn't care.
No.
I don't care. I care about that one game that freaking matters. They're tied going into Monday night. I mistakenly said, you know what, honey? I hope they're tied going into the freaking Monday night. Now I'm regretting that. Damn it. That's what and it's okay to admit it, sports fans. You don't have to watch all this freaking sports. Did I answer your question, Stat? John Force on you.
Well, it does take us into the NASCAR realm of shorten the daggone season because you haven't watched NASCAR races in full except for during these playoff times, these races, these cutoff races that matter, or when some fun things were going on with our show and Kyle Busch taking the win at California Speedway, when there's an investment, when it matters to you. And when you have such a long season in NASCAR, every single weekend back to back from February to November, that's where dinosaurs.
Yeah, we don't have the black cat, but we got the dinosaur.
We got the dinosaur. So yes, it matters in the racing conversation just as much. Formula One, NASCAR, yes. Shorten the freaking season.
Statman, why were you watching the Mexico race today? Why?
Because I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan. I wanted to see if he was going to get passed at the end of the race by Lando Norris.
Was the booing awful for Charles Leclerc with Sergio Perez basically flying over him?
Yeah.
On lap 1? Wow.
Yeah. No, Perez turned in on him.
What exactly? Yes.
But he turned in on him in Italy, but in Mexico, Lando Norris took him out.
Yeah. It's got to matter to me. I don't have the bandwidth or the time to invest in game 67. The Rangers taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't have the bandwidth. I won't go see the Suns take on the Mavericks unless it's playoffs. Won't do it.
You and millions like you.
Yeah. We got a minute.
Richie put it out there on social media though. Are we wrong? I mean, okay, we can be wrong.
I'm not asking you to.
Yeah, no. You're exactly right. We're not asking people to agree with that, but there's something there. We're not the only ones that feel this way.
Right.
I think Crane's onto something, because I was looking at the ratings for the Formula One race in the United States, middle of the day, noon start, up at COTA, up against NASCAR. Ratings were under 1 million people watched that race. That's half of what it was 2 years ago.
We had about that many people watching us weekly on MAV TV.
We have more people watching and listening.
Sleep with us.
You know what? I would be. No, we got to go to break. Robert Hight, NHRA Funny Car winner from Las Vegas. He joins us next. It's always awesome when he rolls in here. And Crash Gladys, pit news and notes. All coming to Speed Freaks Pit and Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Lucas Oil, it works.
I run Lucas Oil.
It doesn't matter if you're on the water,
driving to work,
or competing in a sold-out stadium.
Lucas Oil products will help you get the most out of your vehicle.
Monster Jam has run Lucas Oil in and on our trucks for over 10 years.
We wouldn't run anything else.
Lucas Oil, the official oil of Monster Jam.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAV TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAV TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
Hey, Dad, what are you going to buy at the store today?
I'm out of Lucas Oil fuel treatment, so let's jump in here and grab us some.
Well, do they have the Lucas Oil parts cleaner and degreaser?
I bet they do.
Well, how about the Lucas Oil power steering fluid?
You know, they'll have that too.
Even the octane booster?
I won't be surprised if they do.
My favorite red and tacky grease?
Yes, they will, babe.
Dad, when we're done, can we grab some candy?
Deal, but you gotta share.
Awesome! Lucas works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We're told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code FIT or text FIT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text FIT to 511-511. Morning Kick. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Nation, last time we had Robert Hight in here is because he won. Robert Hight is back in the Freak Nation, NHRA Funny Car winner from Las Vegas, going into the finale coming up in Pomona on a big old high. Robert Hight, you winning in Las Vegas is a big deal, but you winning prior to Pomona, can you share with the Freak Nation what the mojo means for you as a team, a driver, rolling into that last race to hopefully seal another championship?
Yeah, it's nothing like having some momentum. But, we had zero momentum coming into here with how Dallas turned out, losing first round. And, it's like we just knew we dug ourselves a hole, and we had to come in here and get it done. Racing, competing against two really tough race cars and good drivers. So we had to come in here, and we did exactly what we needed. So we have one more weekend. We got to do the same thing. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be exciting for the fans, but we're the only ones having momentum going into the last race, and we need to use that to our benefit.
NHRA Funny Car winner from Las Vegas, Robert Hight, joining us here in the Freak Nation Lucas Oil Studios. And Robert, you had a pretty crappy Dallas. Can you give me anything in particular that you did, maybe mentally or with the car or with the team, to grab this momentum coming into Las Vegas? Because it was some domination.
Yeah, Jimmy Prock, my car's been running good. There's no doubt about that. But he's really looked at what's been biting us lately and the mistakes we've made. And it's really self-inflicted. It's not like we're fighting a gremlin with the race car. It's been, self-inflicted mistakes, and you've got to minimize that. So they've really done their homework and tried to figure out what is going to make us best for the last two races, and they executed. So I'm so proud of my team right now. Normally you lose a first round in the countdown, you're done. So. And sometimes you got to have two wins to make that up. So we already have two wins in the countdown, and we need a third if we want to win a fourth championship.
Are you a fan of Pomona being 1.5 points, or is that added stress that you're like, didn't really need that?
I'm not a big fan of the whole point system in general. Matt Hagan's had a great car all year long. If it wasn't a reset, a countdown, I don't think any of us would even have a chance to catch him. So, but I've been on the other side of it where it's beat me, and in fact, it was last year. So we're here. We've got to capitalize, and we know the rules when we start the season. So it is what it is. When it's really 17 points, though, separating three drivers, 1.5 points really doesn't matter. Even if it, just normal points, it's whoever goes one round further is going to win this thing.
Okay, so how do you go into Pomona mentally, team-wise? Because this is a big deal. You bring up such a good point. 1.5 points don't matter. It's basically up to you guys on the top three in points right now. One of you is going home a champion. How do you prepare yourself for something that large?
We do exactly what we just did here in Las Vegas. We work hard in the off week here and stay focused and go in there and gather and make 8 perfect runs. We'll come out of there with the championship. And that's plain and simple. That's what we've got to do.
But are you one of those drivers that's a fan of one round at a time, or is there a way you can compartmentalize the entire weekend full of good energy?
Well, you do have to make it one run at a time in qualifying, and on race day, you can't, jump ahead and, put the cart in front of the horse. You've got to stay focused and get every round and do the best you can. So, but you always know what the big picture is, and, anything can happen, right? If they lose first round and I win first round, we're the champs. So, and it can be the other way too. So we just got to stay focused and go out there and be ready for anything and execute.
Robert Hight, funny car winner in Las Vegas. You got your game face on, dude. And you look like you could spit nails and eat rock. You look wild.
I was pretty pumped up for the final. I really wanted to beat that guy. It was a big swing. If I would have lost, I think I would have been 37 back. So it was a big swing there. We needed the win, and 37 points isn't, make you feel warm and fuzzy going into Pomona. 17's doable.
Wow. it is 2023. Your championships have all come in the odd years in, what is it, 09, 17, and 19. So you're going in with a little advantage over everybody, it seems to me.
I think I'm kind of an odd guy, so it fits us.
Oh, no way.
I got to smile. All right. I got to smile.
What was one of the first words that John Forrest gave you when you won that race?
I haven't seen John yet, but he did give me some words of encouragement in the tow vehicle ahead of time. He told me I was the best and go out and get it done. So, coming from him, that really made me proud.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Freak Nation. Robert Hight going in with the Mo in Pomona. Robert, as always, man, good luck to you, buddy. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, guys. I hope to be talking with you in about 10 days.
Attaboy. Thank you, man.
Actually, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All right, see you.
Yeah, not too early.
No, 14 days.
All right, see you, buddy.
Good luck, guys. Good luck to the team.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Richie, was that one of those faux pas, those old man faux pas where I'm talking about Mo and I'm talking about mojo? It's supposed to be momentum. And I went, Mo. Got the mojo. It's momentum.
No, I thought that was great.
Like
I thought that was great. Yeah.
I covered myself.
You coined a phrase there. Yeah, because nobody says it, so you just might as well make it your own.
Nobody says bringing the Mo?
No.
Rando? Mo? Like you had Rando?
Rando is cool.
He just insinuated Mo is not cool.
Mo is not cool. Mo is a mustache. If you're rocking the Mo, that's what you do with the Mo. You can't carry the Mo into Game 3 of the World Series.
Jeez.
You got to carry the momentum.
Crash Gladys Pit News and Notes brought to you by our good friends at General Tire. Now through, 2 more days, man. You can get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card if you buy 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires from General Tire. Go to generaltire.com for more information or follow us on Twitter. Got that link out all the time, or go to speedfreaks.tv. Crasher?
All right, I'm going to keep this really quick. It was NASCAR, NHRA, and Formula One this weekend, and there was drama in all three, but we've been talking about it, and we will continue throughout the show. First, in Formula One, Max Verstappen with his 16th win on the season. That is now a new Formula One record. That is mind-blowing. Like him or not, we just witnessed history. So
what's a record?
16 wins on the season.
Oh.
You know what? I don't want that right now. Let's just finish up. Because poor Sergio Perez in front of his hometown crowd crashed out on the first lap. He said he saw a gap and he was going for the gap, but the gap closed. So, yeah, Sergio Perez was arguably the bigger story. Lots of boos. Charles Leclerc, people kind of threatening him.
The gap, he should have gone to Old Navy.
Oh. That. Well done, Statman. Kenny's looking for a sound thing to say that wasn't well done.
That was too easy.
I think that was really good. We've played the finish for the NASCAR Xfinity race in Martinsville last night. It was a race that started in the daytime, ended under the full moon, and did it end under the full moon. Justin Allgaier taking the win by less than half a tenth of a second, less than half a hundredth of a second over Sheldon Creed. But of course, the big drama, the two teammates, Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed, getting in a tussle. Or a pop, as our guy from NBC would say. And Austin Hill, your regular season points leader, your regular season champion, out of the Final Four for Phoenix. Same thing, different day as far as the regular season points leader, Martin Truex Jr. on the Cup side of things, out. Did not make it for Phoenix's Final Four. Ryan Blaney wins. He's in. So it's what? Going for the big thing. Hey, how about that? Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, William Byron. William Byron got in on points. I'm looking at Kenny going, help me out here. Who's number 4? All right, speaking of points, it's pretty much over in Pro Stock Motorcycle and Pro Stock Cars for the NHRA. Erica Enders taking another win today. Yes, Pomona is 1.5 points, and she beat Greg Anderson in the finals to do that. Pomona is 1.5 points, but her lead is pretty stout. Gage Herrera, same thing, Pro Stock Motorcycles, amazing. But when it comes to the 2 top fuel classes, Top Fuel Dragsters and Top Fuel Funny Car, oh my gosh, there's 4 to 5 drivers in each because of the 1.5 points in Pomona who are still vying for this title. So in 2 weeks, you got to be watching this. NASCAR finale next weekend, NHRA finale the weekend after that. It's going to be amazing. Mike Salinas with your Top Fuel win today. Robert Hight, we just talked to him last segment, your Funny Car winner from Vegas.
Crash Gladys Pit News and Notes, again, brought to you by good friends at General Tire. That's generaltire.com. Freak Nation to you and me. Up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card if you buy 4 qualifying light truck or SUV tires from our friends at General Tire. Again, go to generaltire.com. Next hour, in my opinion, one of the greatest sports car drivers ever, Chris Dyson, joins us. Also, Angie Smith back on a bike after a crazy accident at Worldwide Technology Raceway, the pro stock class for the NHRA. Big second hour, freaks. Make sure you're part of this big old thing, and I'm sure I'm going to have some diatribe on Formula One coming up.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Lucas Oil, it works.
I run Lucas Oil.
It doesn't matter if you're on the water,
Driving to work,
or competing in a sold-out stadium.
Lucas Oil products will help you get the most out of your vehicle.
Monster Jam has run Lucas Oil in and on our trucks for over 10 years.
we wouldn't run anything else.
Lucas Oil, the official oil of Monster Jam.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to generaltire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAP TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAP TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAP TV, Motorsports Network.
Hey, Dad, what are you going to buy at the store today?
I'm out of Lucas Oil fuel treatment, so let's jump in here and grab us some.
Well, do they have the Lucas Oil parts cleaner and degreaser?
I bet they do.
Well, how about the Lucas Oil power steering fluid?
You know, they'll have that too.
Even the octane booster?
I won't be surprised if they do.
My favorite red and tacky grease?
Yes, they will, babe.
Dad, when we're done, can we grab some candy?
Deal, but you gotta share.
Awesome! Lucas works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
try again.
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, looking forward to this second hour. Chris Dyson, I regard him as one of the greatest sports car drivers ever. I will share some of his stats coming up in his interview this hour. Angie Smith wiped out on her Pro Stock motorcycle for the NHRA race weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway on a Saturday afternoon. She got back on the bike already in Las Vegas, and she'll be joining us this hour. Your Statman Scat. Also coming up, Formula One awarded the first clowns from Statman. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're there for you, man. As I said at the top of the show, one station, 1 hour a day, 23 plus years ago. And now here we are, 90 plus stations, Sirius XM included, every audio app, and of course on MAV TV. Happy Halloween, Freak Nation. If you're watching on MAV TV, you see over my left shoulder, my beautiful 9-year-old daughter carved Bluey on her pumpkin. And that is just fan-freaking-tastic.
Just tonight.
Yep, she did that. So I had to highlight that damn thing here in the Freak Nation. Couple of things of business to take care of. Last Sunday night, as we exited, we usually have a post-show little meeting, get-together, so forth and so on. Famous words by Richard C. Suave. One that you should never follow his advice when it comes to gambling or how certain teams should do. He thought that his Arizona Diamondbacks were going to get clobbered by the Philadelphia Phillies.
I did.
Yep, you said it. They're going to get smacked. Every derogatory word that you had for the Diamondbacks, Richie, they won both games in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down Harper and crew. It was fan-freaking-tastic to watch.
Speaking of tempers, made them go off.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch, too.
Yeah, loved it. And now we have the Rangers, my go-to team for Major League Baseball, Richie's go-to team for Major League Baseball, the Diamondbacks, and going to be taking that game in tomorrow night with my 9-year-old daughter. I will say today, though, Richie, my Dallas Cowboys put a manhandle down on your Los Angeles Rams.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's
I know what's happening.
The NFL doesn't exist to me right now. I don't have the time for it. It's the games don't matter right now. So I decided not to tune in today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you're talking about. So apparently the Rams lost. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Giving you your own words right back, Kenny.
Do you realize that we just spent 2 minutes talking about sports that matter? I've spent more time over the last 6 weeks talking about the Rangers, the Diamondbacks, the Cowboys, and the Rams than I have Formula One because it freaking matters. And I don't need to go into it again, but it's fun. It's Statman. He's not feeling the heat that I am at this point because I don't want Statman's Buckeyes to lose. I would rather other teams lose to get my Longhorns back in the hunt for the college football playoffs.
Well, hold on. Oklahoma lost. So where did that put them?
Listen, as long as Michigan, well, it's going to come down to Michigan and Ohio State. You know what's
here he goes.
Man. Here he goes. I need Washington to lose. I need Georgia to lose and a couple others to lose. And for the Longhorns to keep on winning, my goodness, Statman. It's fun watching games and a sport when the games matter, Statman.
That's the number one thing in all sports promotion, and that's the matter who wins and loses the contest.
Mm-hmm. And say what you will about NASCAR, they realized that there were times when their drivers were running away with it, and they had to implement something to keep eyeballs on their product. The NHRA followed. Mm-hmm. Supercross, they don't have it. IndyCar doesn't have it. Sports car doesn't have it. What other motorsports has something of
it's
something,
just the two.
Right?
I think it's just NASCAR and NHRA that have any form of a playoff. To be honest, though, you can say that Supercross and motocross do now. Supercross season itself does not have one. Motocross, the outdoor season in the summer, does not have one itself. But they, for the first time this year, came together and had a playoff system with a point system from both the indoor and outdoor seasons to make a fun new thing called the playoffs, basically. I mean, it's the run for the championship. Right. There's no longer the Monster Energy Cup. So this kind of replaces it, and it does so with more racing. So everybody wins.
Richie, you being the residential millennial that you are, my friend, am I making up something that really doesn't matter to the 30-somethings? Or are you on that same lane as I am when it comes to watching sports and spending a whole lot of time in front of the television just to watch a game 89 of the Diamondbacks?
What you're saying makes 100% sense, right. But the problem is I like competition. I think a lot of other people like competition too much, that I will sit and I will watch 60-plus Coyotes games a year in the NHL. I'm going to watch as much Suns basketball this year as humanly possible. They are 2-1 right now because of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. That's exciting to me. That's entertaining. This is Statman. I've been mentioning this for a year plus. I just want to be entertained, whether for 2 hours, 2.5 hours a night. I'd rather be watching some kind of sporting event. That's my team that I care about deeply for the last 32 years of my life. And I'm willing to invest that time in it, whether they win or lose. I'm invested in them winning or losing in the regular season. And for the most part, it doesn't matter because guess what? It's Phoenix sports. We usually don't have a good time around here when it comes to Phoenix sports unless you're the Diamondbacks or Suns. So I want to agree with you. As much as I want to agree with you, I have spent too much of my life wanting to care about every single one of my teams to not give that up. So I have to tune in and watch as many regular season baseball, hockey, basketball games as humanly possible. Now, when it comes to teams that aren't my own, I don't care. I do not care about the Dallas Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors playing on a Thursday in the middle of October. I don't. But if it's the Phoenix Suns, I will watch every single game. So
okay, well, Richie,
yes.
let's say that Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant weren't on that team. Would you still?
No, I didn't, because I didn't watch the Suns for a decade because they were terrible.
Right. You have 5 players on a team when it comes to NBA, right? When 3 of those are freaking superstars, I get it. That gives you something to in soccer. I don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But in basketball, when you have 3 studs on the team, 3 out of the 5, that's more entertaining than, again, watching the Sacramento Kings. I get it. I understand that, but still, it's got to matter to me. It has to, and that could matter. The Mavericks. No, man, I can't go down there. I can't. I'm not going to listen. I don't have the NBA Super Pass, ESPN Plus to watch the Mavericks for 82 games. No,
you don't have. What about the cornhole championship? You had that's competition. Would you watch the Phoenix cornhole aces?
No,
no,
absolutely
not.
Not.
Competition? No, come on.
I have found myself watching cornhole from time to time, Stat. Don't get me wrong. It actually can be entertaining from time to time if there's really nothing else to watch in the middle of the night on a Saturday night. Then yes, absolutely, I've watched it before, but for the most part, no.
Because cornhole is in almost every single bar across the country. So yeah, you can relate to them as well. You can be like, I got this.
You're reaching for straws here.
No, we're not. It's truth. Now, hot dog eating, no, even though that's related.
That's
once a year, Crash.
That's once
a year. It's not 82 hot dog eating contests a year.
Right, but I won't watch that. I'll see what happened, but it's disgusting to me to shove all that food in their mouth and then get sick at the end. No.
The IndyCar series, I don't necessarily need more races. I need it a little bit more compact because I watch more IndyCar racing. I watch more laps of IndyCar than I do of NASCAR, and that's by choice. It's frankly by the amount of time that I have on this planet. I just got other things I need to freaking do, And look, I would love to have cameras in on Richard C. Suave, watching him during the day, what he does. I mean, that freaking guy probably death scrolls Twitter in his sleep. Is that what it's called? Is that what the kids call it? Death scrolling?
Doom scroll.
Doom scrolling.
You got it close. Yeah.
He is on it when the stories break. Bam! Oh, yeah. I feel like you have an alarm clock that will just wake you up.
I got 1989 Taylor's version playing in the background while scrolling my phone. Yeah, that's all I do.
Man, I don't get it. I just where you cats have listen, my screen time on my phone is stupid now. It is stupid. It's part of my job. I get it. But my God, all these people watching so much freaking television. Get a life.
Oh, hey,
go out there and freaking exercise.
Well, you can exercise and watch TV. Don't get mad at people for watching TV. Again, it's their choice.
I'm sure somebody's mad at me for.
Now they are, yes.
You're not a sports fan. You don't watch 162 games of the Rangers. Call yourself a Ranger fan? You watch 8 games the entire season? Yes. Gagler. I suffered through the freaking days of Buddy Bell and Jim Sundberg. Toby Hara, Bump Wills, kiss my behind. So I'm a sports fan.
What position did he play?
Bump Wills?
No, kiss my behind.
Kiss my behind.
He owned the damn team. Freaking Billy Martin was our damn manager that got popped in a strip club. All right, we're going to break. One of the greatest sports car drivers in the history of mankind.
Coming up next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas Fuel Treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system. Pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAV TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAV TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up for one amazing party. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, Chris Dyson, 2023 Trans Am champion, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And it's always fantastic when he rolls in the Freaks, the Lucas Oil Studios. 23 plus years of doing this. And Dyson, it's another championship in your favor. But when you look at really what you've done and how you continue to do this, I don't understand why Chris Dyson isn't up there on Mount Rushmore discussions on you being such a dominant sports car pilot. Chris Dyson, are you one of the greatest sports car drivers ever in the history of mankind?
Well, I'll tell you, that's a hell of a lead question there, guys. We're still actually, I think, in the point of active career. So, for me to sit here and talk about all time stuff, it feels kind of retrospective. I'm not ready to do that. I mean, I like, I've had a great career. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I think we've been successful and competitive kind of everywhere we've run. This is our 5th championship. We've finished in the top 2, I think, half the time we've been running in full season championships. I got a lot of great guys that I've been racing with my whole career. So to sit there and say I'm the greatest of all time. I mean, one of my favorite sports heroes ever is the only guy I think that can lay claim to saying that.
Which is who?
The greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali.
Oh, geez.
The OG goat.
Okay, yes. I'm not saying I said Mount Rushmore. There's usually 4 heads on Mount Rushmore, Dyson.
Yeah, they're all dead and they were all presidents, and I'm neither of those.
Well, I think what I'm getting at, Chris, is really what you've done. These numbers, race wins, top 5s, championships. It's really tough to hold anybody in sports cars next to your name and your qualifications. It's fun to watch, and sometimes we get lost in the Max Verstappens of the world when, frankly, what you're doing is beyond bonkers, buddy.
Well, it's bonkers because I keep going, and I'm not. The one thing about racing that's amazing is it does tend to keep you young and energized, and I'm having as much fun right now at this point in my career as I've ever had. Just an absolute blast. It keeps me young. It keeps me fit. I still want to win every single weekend. I think until that feeling subsides, I'm going to stay at it.
Chris, you hear that a lot from not just race car drivers, but athletes of all sorts, that as long as you're having fun, you stick with it. And when the fun stops is when you'll consider retirement. But racing is all about fun. Even a disappointing day, you kind of look back and say, but I'm a race car driver. So yeah, you could go on for decades more, I would imagine.
I think honestly, it's the biggest thing is the recovery and it's the time and it's the preparation that goes into it. And I think that, we push our bodies so hard in this game, obviously putting a lot of risk on the line, but you've got to be okay with that going in. I think more than anything else, it's really just as long as your eyesight can hold up and that you're okay with the travel and that you can recover between the races. I have a busy life. I'm busy, actively involved in businesses outside of my life at the track. So there's really no let up. And, so I have to dig deep to go racing, but I love every minute of it. Like you said, I mean, anybody who's complaining, who's doing this, I think really has to try some other things.
That is such a good point. I'm not a race car driver by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, as I've gotten older over these last couple of decades, the travel does wear on you just a little bit. I mean, I considered myself invincible 2 decades ago. Let me take 5,000 red eyes in a year. I'll be fine. But it is different. And yes, the eyesight changes. Dang it, I'm looking at you in this interview right now like this with my arms so stretched out. So yeah, the fact that you are keeping yourself in good shape, you're doing it like that Tom Brady style, eating avocado ice cream or whatever your secrets are. But it's that just elevates your game. I guess what Kenny was saying with his accolades even more, the fact that you're willing to put in more effort. It's just hats off to you. It's been an amazing storyline to watch.
Well, the thing that's kind of crazy about it, and the thing that I'm so grateful for is that, probably up 5-6 years ago, I wasn't sure if I was going to road race again. I'd been at it for 15 years. We'd gone through some factory programs that had been very demanding. And I wasn't sure where my career was going to go. And, my family was getting bigger. Business commitments were getting heavier. And I'm just grateful that I took that break because it rejuvenated me and it made me really miss the driving. And I think just focusing on the racing and the craft, constantly pushing to get better, just trying to find that extra gear. I think that's what's been the most exciting part of this juncture of my career. And the fact that we're going out and getting success, we brought some great new guys into the team. Generationally, there's some turnover, but I'm still going, and these guys are still putting great race cars under me. So it's a lot to be excited about every week. And obviously, I'm thrilled to have won the third straight Trans Am Championship, with the Jim Weed car up front all year, working with Matt Brabham, just pushing me and setting these benchmarks and kind of trying to reestablish our standard. We had some really competitive entrants in the series this year who pushed us. These things don't come easily, and the success drives you. And I don't want to give up the title. I want to hang on to this one,
which is going to make the next couple of years on MAV TV even more fun to watch. Connor Zilic is like knocking at your door, Justin Marks, and you're like, nope, it's mine, baby.
Well, I'll tell you, the best thing about the Trans Am racing is that you can't stand still. This is one of the last bastions of innovation as far as, unapologetic, monstrous cars. We've talked about that on this show before. Kind of goes without saying, but to be honest, when you really look at it, there's very few series out there right now that allow you to go out and innovate and push the limits and, really encourage high performance. I think our team excels at that challenge. But there's other entrants who are there and they want to knock us off. But, I say come and get it. This is a game where you've got to be willing to stand your ground and fight. And I don't think there's a series that puts on better battles and shows than the Trans Am series, whether it's the TA series or the TA2. It's action-packed nonstop, and everybody wants to win these weekends.
Chris Dyson, I won't ask you how you rank against Rob Dyson, your dad. We talked about Mount Rushmore and so forth. But let me ask you, you've raced Bentley in a series, factory support. You're racing a Mustang now. Your factory support here is limited to none. Is Trans Am better without factories and allowing the innovation that you talked about?
I think it's a double-edged sword. It's the series is not beholden to an agenda that creates the expectation that there has to be a level and balanced, everybody gets a trophy rule set. And by that, I mean, I've competed in series before where if you win and do well for a couple of weekends, you're clipped for a couple more and the other guy gets to win. And I understand from a marketing and perspective of everybody needing to, show return on investment. I get that. But at the same time, there's a lot to be said for a situation where it's very high level of competition. The rule book allows for a lot of different entrants and a lot of different varieties of the manufacturers to come in and all be competitive without having to stage manage it. And I think that the money and investment that the manufacturers bring to the table is valuable, but I think sometimes it can be a detriment. And I think the benefit of the Trans Am series is that it occupies this special niche historically of knowing exactly what it is, which is to say it's the most historic, fastest paced 100-mile sprint race, single driver road racing series in the country. And it's featuring, generally speaking, American cars and American drivers. And it's a series that's, I think, of all the racing series that I've raced in, one of the best known ones. It's got great brand equity. And I think that attracts entrants and it's at a good value point. And I think that, Tony Perella and the folks at Trans Am have put together schedules as far as tracks where we're visiting all these historic and iconic venues where there's a lot of history. I mean, decades of history. And you see the entrance, you see the car count, the consistency of participation. You absolutely want manufacturers to come in, but I think that it's going to be on the series terms. And I like that because I know what happens when they come in. And I know what happens when the series are beholden to them. And thankfully, Trans Am is neither of those.
Chris Dyson, joining us here in the Freak Nation 3 times in a row. Your Trans Am champion. It's incredible. CD, as always, man, thanks for doing this for us, buddy.
Always a pleasure, guys. We'll see you soon.
Chris Dyson again here in the Freak Nation. The guy is a phenomenal race car driver. Her name is Angie Smith, wrecked on her motorcycle at the NHRA races on a Saturday afternoon at Worldwide Technology Raceway, and it's incredible. She's back on a bike after a serious accident. She'll be joining us next. You don't want to miss this, man. Angie Smith, coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAP TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAP TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAP TV, Motorsports Network.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Lucas Oil Studios, Freak Nation, 23 plus years of doing this right here. One station 23 years ago. That's a radio station now, 90 plus radio stations, every audio app, and of course on MAV TV. Angie Smith back in the Freak Nation. Good to see your smiling face, Angie. How are you feeling right now at this moment?
Right now at this moment, I feel great. I just wish I was on the motorcycle racing right now.
Yeah, I would imagine. And the Freak Nation, they don't know this story, but I'll try and, again, make this as quick as possible. We were in St. Louis at Worldwide Technology Raceway expecting an appearance from Matt and Angie Smith, and I text Matt saying, hey, guys, can you make it a little bit later? And he says, sorry, man, I'm at the hospital. Angie had an accident. And that's what happened at Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's like, oh, my gosh.
I will never forget that feeling. We're standing on the stage like, oh,
Yep.
they'll be here. They'll be here. Get that text. And because we were in this area that was so closed off from the drag strip, which was really right behind us, we had no idea what was going on. And that text, I just remember, I just got the chills again. My heart just sank. I'm like, oh, crap. And how are we supposed to go on with the rest of our day anyway? So, yeah, that just, like Kenny said, seeing your smile is incredible.
Angie, can you run us through that run and what happened for you to wreck that bike at Worldwide Technology Raceway?
Yes. So, all things were going the same. It was just a normal day. I was riding a bike that I typically don't ride. I wasn't riding my pink bike that I normally ride. It was a bike that Chip Ellis had tested for us. And to be quite honest, it had a different braking system on it. And I'm not saying aggressive brakes aren't good. We need aggressive brakes. And the brakes on that bike were a little bit more aggressive than my bike. And we put new pads on it on Friday. Well, Friday I didn't make it down the track, so I really didn't have to use a lot of brakes. And then Saturday, I went through the lights at almost 200 miles an hour, and there's a few bumps at the finish line. And I hit the bumps at the finish line, and as I hit the brakes, the front tire was in the air, and I stopped the front tire from rolling. So when that happens and the front tire comes down and I'm still on the brakes, the front tire's not spinning and the bike just washes out. And it happens so fast. I mean, there's nothing that you can do. You can't react that fast to it.
You had some injuries because of it as well. Seeing you back and in a qualifying position in Las Vegas is incredible, but it took you a bit to get to where you are right now, several races later. What injuries were had, and how have you been able to come around them decently quickly?
Right. So they transported me to St. Louis University Medical Center, which is a great level 1 trauma center. They tested me from my hair to my toenails and everything in between. I sustained 8 broken toes. I had a little bit of road rash. So Tony Stewart and Leah were so graciously, they flew me home on my private jet, on their private jet. And it was great because I was going to ride in the truck. So I flew home on a private jet, got to get home and start my healing. And then I went to my orthopedic doctors and my plastic and reconstructive surgery doctors that I have at home. And I had 2 casts on I had 1 cast and one leg was in a boot. So then what they did was they cut the cast off because they needed to see, what was going on with my foot. They said I had 8 broken toes, but I also needed a skin graft on my arm and my toes. So they immediately sent me to plastics the next day. Then the Dr. Calder, he was great. He said, I've heard so much about you, but I don't even know who you are. So he moved his schedule around and did surgery on me the next day. They did they have to do a before surgery called, they have to do a preliminary surgery for the skin graft where they go in and they lay the stuff called Integra in your arm and it bonds with your dermal layer of your skin. So they did that and they have to let that set a week and then they have to do the skin grafts. I had my skin grafts 11 days ago now. Everything is healing well. And I went back for my follow-up this past week on Tuesday, and they cleared me to race. I mean, obviously, I was like, look, I want to race, and I'm not going to go fast. I had to promise them that I wasn't going to go 200 miles an hour. And they cleared me to race, and I got clearance from all the NHRA doctors. And I got to take the tree and go down the track at 90 miles an hour. And It was the best feeling in the world because I went out there and I did my burnout, and I so bad wanted to go down the track when John Hall, one of my really dear friends, was in the other lane beside me. And when he put it on the two-step, you'll see I flinched because I was like, oh, I'm late. Like, I need to be on the two-step. So it's already in my brain that I need to be going down the track. So all is good. I'm healing well, and I can't wait. I'm already anticipating next season.
You don't seem like there's any fear factor at all of getting back on the bike. Was there a tiny bit? And now that you've done that, even if it was just 90 miles an hour, it's gone, and it makes you even more excited for next year?
There was no fear of me getting back on the motorcycle. And I think a part of that is I know exactly what happened. I never was unconscious. I know exactly. I can replay the whole crash, from me braking to me trying to keep the bike up to me falling off and flipping. I can replay the exact whole thing, even when the paramedics come up to me. I can replay the whole thing. And I think the best thing about the whole thing is I know what happened. And I think that's the biggest thing, that I don't have a fear of getting back on the bike.
Angie Smith, what an incredible story. But I don't mean to make light of it by any stretch, but the dog in the background seems like, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be out there racing. Leave me alone. This is my nap time.
Right.
Is the dog used to you not being in competition?
No, she's not used to it at all. They live a way better life than we do. I'm telling you.
You kept talking about it, and I kept seeing that dog get further under the covers. Like, when she gonna shut up?
They have a really good life here. I mean, they get to go to all the states and all the races, and they hang out in the air condition. They have heat today because it's cold. I mean, they live the good life.
I used to ride a motorcycle, and what you described was the major fear that I didn't fear buses, cars, nothing. What I feared was the front wheel locking up at speed and go flying over the front of the bike. That to sit there and talk about it and smile and know everything that's going on, you have my utmost respect.
Well, thank you. I've had a lot of people come up to me and tell me I'm a badass, and they tell me I'm a tough girl. And I always say my family didn't raise anybody that was weak. And my father-in-law always told me, if you're going to go drag racing, you better be strong.
Oof. No, that's proven. There's no question about anybody that questions that. Send them to us, and all three of them will get them straightened out about that.
Right.
Angie, did you realize the strength of the NHRA and your brethren, your sisters and brothers of the NHRA when this happened? And I say that because of the love and support that came out for you specifically after this accident.
It was overwhelming. And I mean, I couldn't sit. We would be on this podcast for 30 minutes if I had to go through everybody that I needed to thank. I mean, it was amazing that a whole community of people, from competitors to racers to people that I didn't even know that knew me, from professionals to everybody, from sending flowers. I had more food and more flowers. Matt thought that there was going to be a funeral, that I was dead or something, because we had so many flowers at my house. And if I would have ate everything that everybody sent to me, I would probably be 300 pounds right now. So, but I mean, just the community, a whole group of people coming together like that. It's amazing.
All right. Last thing for you. Who yelled at who first? Once you got over the sympathy, did you yell at Matt first, your husband, or did Matt, your husband, yell at you first?
He's actually been pretty good, and hasn't yelled at me, and I haven't yelled at him. He's been like wonderful, but I'm going to keep that low key so he doesn't hear me, because he's in here. He's down there. But he's been wonderful. Like, I have to wear I call them my walking boots, but I have to wear like my Aircast boots. And like at night when I get up, I have to put them on if I go use the bathroom or whatever. But he always says, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" So he's been wonderful. So kudos to him, and like my entire family. Everybody has pitched in to help me, from my team to my family back home to his family. Everybody's pitched in, and everybody's been so wonderful. And, you know, I can probably never repay all these people. So thank you. That's pretty much all I can say.
And now hold on real quick. So for a little bit of NHRA technicalities, because of that qualifying run, you're going to maintain your top 10 status for the year, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think we're going to try and do it at Pomona as well. We'll see how many bikes show up for Pomona, but that actually helped me. And most importantly is to maintain the top 10 and be able to walk across that stage on Monday night.
Angie, thank you for doing this. And it's awesome to see your smile.
Thank you so much.
Freak Nation coming up next, your Statman Scat and Formula One shutting down the streets, aggravating a whole lot of people. We'll get to that story next. SpeedFreaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Lucas Oil, it works.
I run Lucas Oil.
It doesn't matter if you're on the water,
Driving to work, or competing in a sold-out stadium. Lucas Oil products will help you get the most out of your vehicle. Monster Jam has run Lucas Oil in and on our trucks for over 10 years.
we wouldn't run anything else.
Lucas Oil, the official oil of Monster Jam.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up for one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAP TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAP TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAP TV, Motorsports Network.
Hey, Dad, what are you going to buy at the store today?
I'm out of Lucas Oil fuel treatment, so let's jump in here and grab us some.
Well, do they have the Lucas Oil parts cleaner and degreaser?
I bet they do.
Well, how about the Lucas Oil power steering fluid?
You know, they'll have that too.
Even the octane booster?
I won't be surprised if they do.
My favorite red and tacky grease?
Yes, they will, babe.
Dad, when we're done, can we grab some candy?
Deal, but you gotta share.
Awesome! Lucas works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We're told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code FIT or text FIT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text FIT to 511-511. Morning Kick. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
Something new this week. I've been following F1 for most of my life. It's a long time, but I'm starting to think of the industry as a clown show. A clown show. Let's forget the pure farce in 2021 in Abu Dhabi, where they stole an 8th championship from Lewis Hamilton. 2 weeks ago, F1's former czar Bernie Ecclestone pleaded guilty to bank fraud while he was running the series in 2015. For that, he was sentenced to 17 months, but that was suspended, largely because of his age. Ecclestone is 92, and Ecclestone had to return nearly $800 million as part of the plea deal. Then this week, a story appears suggesting Formula One is lobbying General Motors to see if it would back any other team in the F1 paddock. GM has cast its lot with Michael Andretti so far, but connecting some dots, GM and Cadillac won an IMSA championship this year with an engine that logically could be a prototype for the technology used in F1. So if you believe the story, not only are F1 teams rejecting Michael Andretti as an 11th team in the paddock, they're trying to backdoor a financial partner away from him. That's a clown show. In fact, I'm giving it 2 out of 4 clowns for the scammy way F1 appears to be doing business these days. A clown show. Peace.
Your Statman Scat brought to you by General Tire. Tomorrow and Tuesday, last 2 days, you've got to get a set of General Tires and qualify for up to $100 Visa prepaid card, Freak Nation. SUV, light truck tires, bam, up to $100 back. If you buy those bad boys between now and the end of business day on the 31st of October, go to generaltire.com for more information. Playing off the Statman Scat, I could tell you firsthand that Formula One in Las Vegas is gnarly to the streets of that city. We were in there recently, a couple of weekends ago, and just getting from point A to point B, frankly, about a 3-iron to a location, it took us about 25, 30 minutes to go about half a mile. And according to a story that was released, is that Business Journal, Suave?
It was the Las Vegas Review Journal.
The track setup and its design is affecting numerous businesses. You notice what you're not seeing in the story, Richie? Crash? MGM.
Yeah.
Bally's. You're not seeing the billion-dollar companies affected by it. You're seeing, for the lack of a better word, the mom and pop organizations that are used to making $1 million a year getting shut down due to the construction of Formula One, Richie.
Yeah, exactly. The people quoted in this story are your more smaller casinos, your more smaller businesses. And this is what one of them said. He owns one of the casinos that is getting affected by some of the shutdowns of roads, as of course they build this track in the grandstands. This gentleman says this has cost our business over $1 million in sales over a normal year because nobody can get here. We don't have one regular in the bar, no regular will come in, and nobody can get to the store. He says foot traffic will be nice, except we're not going to make up over $1 million and we can't sell any products.
And this is going to be an annual race for what was it, Statman? 10 years is the deal in Las Vegas?
Well, they said it was going to be annual, but when they get through with all the noise and the complaints and the fussing and the arguing and the why and the who needs it anyway, it may not be annual after all. Especially when you see a lot of empty seats and they go past empty sections of the rails and the fencing around the track, empty grandstands. I mean, who can afford the kind of money that they're asking for it? They say they're sold out, but that's what they say. We'll see who shows up, especially when it's possible to watch the race live on ESPN.
It'll be sold out this year because there's plenty of companies willing to pay the money, just like there was for Miami the first year. Look at Miami the second year, though.
Do you think, Crasher, that that's similar to what NFL teams would do back in the day to prevent their games from being blacked out, that they would buy the remaining seats so the team could broadcast those broadcast rights throughout the the local Metroplex area? Do you think think Red Bull's going to come in with a $500 million check and fill those seats?
I don't even think it's going to be the companies that are already associated with Formula One. It's going to be the who wants to be seen crowd, whether that's corporations or people with discretionary income like that, who are okay with $5,000 a seat, even if that's not going to get them a prime viewing place. But it's people that want to be seen on this very first one. But look, like we talked about this in May. The first Miami race was an amazing slew of celebrities and big dollar people. Second Miami race, you had some celebs, but it was a totally different story. That's just what I think this is going to be as well. But it stinks when you've got Ubers now months before the event who won't drive down certain streets or won't pick people up at certain spots. Those companies where their people walk out and they try to get an Uber and they can't, they have to go walk blocks to get one, or they want to go to a certain location and they can't because the Uber says, I'm not driving there because of the Formula One rebuild. It's just, that's the kind of stuff that is unnecessary. That sort of thing needs to change quickly, especially if this is going to be another 9 years.
What could they have done differently to prevent this from happening? Or like, hey, SOL there, mom and pop, we're sorry if you're going to lose $1 million, but MGM and BetMGM, they're going to make $1 billion off of this freaking race.
There should have been a way to plan better for helping to secure the funding of the smaller companies.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear a year and a half wasn't enough time to get this race off. They're still building grandstands. They're still building the massive complex that's going to house all the teams and everything like that. I don't think that's finished. I haven't seen one single piece of video or photo. It's like, look at the paddock. The paddock is done. Look at how cool it's going to be. I haven't seen any of that. And we are, 3 weeks away from the race.
Stat, what are you hearing?
I'm not hearing any of this, but if they haven't finished the paddock or have a place where the teams can be separated from the crowds, that's going to be what shuts the whole thing down. It might shut it down in race one because none of the teams want to be involved with looky-loos coming around and saying, hey, look at that. What can I touch that? That's not F1. They have the drivers themselves have it written in their contract that they only have to deal with the public so many days a year. So if they don't have a way to separate the drivers and the teams from the public, that'll shut the thing down this year.
It's going to be interesting to see as we're talking, and I'm trying to bring something to mind that caught us off guard, that it was a colossal failure. Other than the Formula One race and the tire issue, we had no idea about that at Indianapolis, 10, 15 years ago, whenever the hell that was, Crasher. What year was that?
It was at least 15.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a sporting event where it was just logistically a failure. I know that there were issues with Olympics. There were issues with, Qatar with
World Cup.
With the World Cup. Oh, we've just had several hundred people die from putting these stadiums and these buildings together, but
overall, that was still brushed under the rug, which is really unfortunate. That it shouldn't be that way. Rush people to work, rush people into extreme weather conditions. Just do the job. Just get it done because now we're back to the billionaire companies that want this to happen.
Yeah, I wonder. We've experienced this when we were doing our TV shows from SEMA. I wonder what the union issue is with setting up these tracks, because those dudes are freaking hardcore.
And they don't care one whit about Formula One. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, who are they? Are they the local 52?
Well, Freak Nation, we'll be doing it again next Sunday night. We'll have your NASCAR champion, NASCAR Cup champion for 2023 in the Freak Nation, right here on MAV TV and the Freak Radio Network. It's going to be a fun weekend, man. NHRA has the weekend off. Next weekend, NHRA will have their Pro Stock, Bikes, Funny Car, and Top Fuel championships. Again, sorry, Chelsea Denofa. Sorry, buddy. Couldn't get to you. I know you're waiting in the wings. Couldn't roll you in on this show. We had too much Formula One conversation. to go here. You missed any of the show, go to the website, speedfreaks.tv. Crasher, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm supposed to be Chili. Chili is Bluey, the Australian healer dog. That's the cartoon that's blown up over the last many years. Chili is Bluey's mom, but the costume hasn't arrived yet, so I don't know what's going on.
All right. Shoot the juice to the moose.
That was a fun conversation. What the hell?
Cut it loose.
See ya.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Lucas Oil, it works.
I run Lucas Oil.
It doesn't matter if you're on the water,
Driving to work, or competing in a sold-out stadium, Lucas Oil products will help you get the most out of your vehicle. Monster Jam has run Lucas Oil in and on our trucks for over 10 years.
we wouldn't run anything else.
Lucas Oil, the official oil of Monster Jam.
Well, Freak Nation, how about a new set of General Tires as we roll into fall? Now through the end of October, purchase 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. That's right. Find out how? Go to GeneralTire.com. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires as the seasons change and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card with 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. That's right. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. Let's go! Yeah! For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. It all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
The weekend racing is over, or is it? Not on MAV TV. Monday is All-American Racing Night on the network which never leaves the track. Sit back and enjoy grassroots red, white, and blue racing from America's most iconic tracks. Whether it's the precise lines of pavement ovals or the door-banging action of the dirt, MAV TV's Monday night lineup will bring you all the action from this country's legendary four-wheel battlegrounds. Monday night is All-American Racing, only on MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
Hey, Dad, what are you going to buy at the store today?
I'm out of Lucas Oil fuel treatment, so let's jump in here and grab us some.
Well, do they have the Lucas Oil parts cleaner and degreaser?
I bet they do.
Well, how about the Lucas Oil power steering fluid?
You know, they'll have that too.
Even the octane booster?
I won't be surprised if they do.
My favorite red and tacky grease?
Yes, they will, babe.
Dad, when we're done, can we grab some candy?
Deal, but you gotta share.
Awesome! Lucas works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.